You ever hit that buy or sell button and just wonder? Like, what actually happens behind the scenes after you click? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain because we're about to get into the secret system that most Forex brokers use to handle your trades and, of course, their own bottom line.
It seems like a pretty straightforward question, doesn't it? You place a trade, and it zips off to the market. But the truth? It's way more complicated than that. It all boils down to a split-second decision that your broker makes about you and your trade.
See, for every single trade you make, your broker is at a crossroads. They have two completely different roads they can send your order down. And which road they pick has massive implications, not just for them, but for you too.
And there it is, plain and simple. They can either act like a simple bridge, passing your trade along to the bigger market, or they can decide to become the house and take the other side of your bet themselves.
Now, in the industry, these two paths have names: A-book and B-book execution. Think of them as two totally opposite ways of doing business. Let's break down what each one really means.
Okay, this lays it out perfectly. On the one hand, you've got the A-book. Here, the broker is basically your partner. They just connect you to the market, and they make a tiny bit of money from the spread on every trade you make. Win or lose, it doesn't matter to them. They just want you to keep trading. But then, you have the B-book. And here, the broker becomes your direct opponent. They are betting against you. If you lose $100, they make $100. It's a total conflict of interest, right? So you're probably thinking a broker has to pick a side. Are you the partner or are you the opponent? Well, what if they didn't have to choose? What if they could have their cake and eat it too?
And this, right here, is what leads us to the hybrid model. The reality is very few brokers are 100% one or the other. Nope, the vast majority operate using this clever combination of both. So you see, the hybrid model isn't some third option. It's really a switching station. The broker sits right in the middle and decides, sometimes on a trade-by-trade basis, okay, this one goes to the A-book, but this one, we're keeping it in our B-book. From the broker's point of view, this is just smart business. It lets them manage their risk exposure and, let's be honest, squeeze out the maximum possible profit from their client base. It's an incredibly powerful tool for them. Okay, so this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If the broker is choosing where your trade goes, what's the criteria? How does their system look at your order and instantly decide if you're an A-book kind of trader or a B-book kind of trader? The answer, in 2 words, is customer profiling. Oh yeah, they don't just guess. They use really sophisticated software to analyze, categorize, and score every single one of their clients based on how they trade. And this is the piece of tech that makes it all happen. It's called an order execution engine. You can think of it as the brain of the whole operation, an algorithm that is constantly watching, learning, and deciding where your money goes. So, from the moment you open an account and place your first trade, the system starts building a file on you. It's looking for patterns, for habits, for any telltale sign that says you're either a shark or you're fish. And the logic behind it is brutally simple. If the algorithm thinks you're a consistently profitable trader, a winner, the broker does not want to bet against you. No way. They'll send your trades straight to the A-book and happily collect their small fee. But if that algorithm flags you as an unprofitable trader, they're going to B-book you, take the other side of your bet, and simply wait for you to lose. So what exactly is this algorithm looking for? Well, it's basically a checklist of beginner mistakes. Depositing just $100, risking a huge chunk of your account on a single trade, not using stop losses, adding more money to a trade that's already losing, using insane amounts of leverage. To a broker's computer, these behaviors might as well be a giant flashing sign that says, I'm probably going to lose money. You're basically asking to be put in their B-book. And this is the result of all that profiling. It's like a sorting hat for traders. The system analyzes your behavior and sorts you into one of 2 buckets. The winners go over to the A-book, where their trades are passed on. And the traders who are likely to lose, they get sent right to the B-book, where the broker can profit directly from their mistakes. Let that sink in for a second. Your broker isn't just one thing. They're a chameleon. For one client, they can be a simple fee-collecting partner. And for another client, at the exact same time, they can be a direct betting opponent. All right, so now that we know the big secret, what do we actually do with this knowledge? How does this affect you as a trader out there in the real world? I bet your first reaction is probably, okay, I need to find a pure A-book broker, right? I want to avoid this whole mess. But here's the thing, that's not really how it works. The hybrid model is pretty much the industry standard for a reason. It works really well for the brokers. Trying to avoid it is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. So you got to shift your focus. Instead of obsessing over the broker's business model, you should be obsessing over the quality of their service. Are the prices you're seeing fair and transparent? When you click the button, does your order get filled instantly at the price you expected? And maybe most important of all, is this broker regulated by a serious financial authority that will hold them accountable? That's what really matters. At the end of the day, a hybrid model isn't automatically a bad thing. It's just a business model. The real problem starts when a dishonest broker uses their B-book to actively work against you by messing with prices or delaying your orders just to make sure you lose. That's when it crosses the line from business into a scam. So that leaves us with the ultimate question you have to ask yourself. And because of the hybrid model, the answer could actually be both. The real challenge for you as a trader is to trade with such good discipline and strategy that your broker has no choice but to put you in their A-book, to treat you like a partner, because they know that if they decide to treat you like an opponent, they just might be the ones who lose.